My name is Isabel, and I can't wait to tell you all about my trip to Africa. First, my flight went all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in the United States to Cape Town, South Africa in Africa. My flight was exactly 21 hours and 53 minutes long. Obviously, since I landed in Cape Town, I looked around there first. It was beautiful, and the population there is 987,007. After that, I went to go visit the Castle of Good Hope within Cape Town. It was built in the 17th century on the coastline of Table Mountain, but it was eventually moved. Then, since I was so close to Camps Bay, I just had to go there and swim. The beach was beautiful, and I learned that it was established in 1713 and its first language is English. Then I just had to go to Table Mountain, and it was so beautiful. I rode the aerial cables up there, and it was pretty scary because I thought they were going to fall, but they didn't, so it was fine. And it's called Table Mountain because it obviously looks like a table. Next, I went to the Gulagandi Desert, and I went there in the summer in the US, but over there it was winter, and the weather was around 12 degrees Fahrenheit. I even learned that it was established on July 31st, 1931. Since we were so close, we had to go to Chobe National Park. We saw so many animals. First, we saw elephants, and elephants have a lifespan of 60 to 70 years. Then, we saw gazelles, and there are 13 species of gazelles that are still living today. The next animal that we saw are giraffes, and they were so tall, and they hold the world record for the world's tallest animal. The next animal we saw were zebras, and surprisingly, their closest relatives are donkeys. And then we saw cheetahs, and cheetahs are the world's fastest animals with a speed of 68 to 75 miles per hour. And finally, we saw lions, the largest cat species, the second largest cat species except for tigers. Next, we went to Victoria Falls, and it was so pretty. The river that leads up to Victoria Falls is called the Zimbabwe River. And two things I did there were I went on the Devil's Peak in the waterfall, and I got to go shopping on the Elephant Walk. Next, we went to Gabali National Park, and we saw another variety of animals. Some of the animals we saw included chimpanzees, many different kinds of butterflies, and they were all so pretty. More chimpanzees, and many different kinds of birds. Next, we went to Nairobi in Kenya. There's a huge mix of poverty and wealth there. In downtown Nairobi, it is very wealthy, but in the north, it is poor. The population of downtown Nairobi is around 3.6 million. Next, we went to somewhere I thought I'd never go. We went to Mogadishu in Somalia. It was very scary because we heard gunfire and explosions frequently, and it was the battleground of the Somali Civil War. The final place we went was Timbuktu in Mali. It was very pretty, and some of the architecture, or most of the architecture, had pool-like structures on it. And you can spell Timbuktu in many different ways, and that surprised me a lot. Overall, my trip went like this: South Africa to Botswana, and then from Botswana to Uganda, and then from Uganda to Kenya, and then after Kenya, we went to Somalia, and then my final destination that we went to was Mali. It was really fun. Overall, my favorite place to go was Victoria Falls. It was just so beautiful and breathtaking. It was pretty scary going on the Devil's Peak, but it was still amazing, and I loved it so much. And if you ever get the chance to go to Africa and do all the things like I did, don't miss it because it was one of the best experiences of my life.